Patriotic South Africans, let me make this very short and straightforward. Can I ask for you to share this message as far wide as is possible when you are done listening to it? Our country today is facing a bleak future. And this is not a joke. This is not an overstatement. In fact, it might just be an understatement of note. The future of our country and the future of our children are hanging on the balance. Are hanging on the balance because of this anticipated 30th of June. Let me tell you this, that the politicians, the dirty, evil politicians are looking forward to it, and they're waiting with a bated breath, and they're hoping that you South Africans are going to do something stupid, because that is exactly what they need for them to come out and begin to look to the world as heroes. And South Africans will be the losers. And the very evil hand that was supposed to be protecting our borders is the very hand that is going to come down on you South Africans for acting like animals. And that's what you will be called. They're already calling you that right now. I'm here to ask you to not fall in that trap. The courage that we need, and we do need that courage to change things in this country. But the courage that we need is not the courage that is sprinkled with hate, that is sprinkled with violence, with anarchy, with destruction. We cannot be the ones that are ending up with that kind of a blot, when the people that had actually set this up are waiting that you do that, and they're going to claim the glory. As we speak right now, politicians are influencers now. They are content creators now. They having more airtime on broadcasting channels. A lot of them are already getting gigs to speak like the lovers of the African continent and the lovers of the world. And every single step that you take towards the 30th of June, they cannot wait for it to come already so that they can shine. Don't give them that satisfaction. Don't give them that satisfaction. That satisfaction is going to give them the reason to actually even say that these elections that are coming may just have to be rearranged or reorganized. The most important thing that we can do right now is to keep a clear thought, clear mind and focus. Elections are coming. You know what the elections are going to prove? They are going to prove to us whose fault is it that South Africa is where it is today. That's the real test. It's the elections. And I want to say in closing, for now, believe me when I tell you that it is not the fault of foreigners that South Africa is where it is today. What we see today cannot be put on the shoulders of foreigners. We have elected leadership, not foreigners. We have been paying these people up there, and we have given them the title called honorables. For decades, they absconded. They went AWOL. It is on them. So if we are going to act like hooligans at any given point in time, we are only giving them the satisfaction, we are giving them the points that they want. Because ultimately, there is no one that is going to remember that South African leadership, just like all the failed African states, have actually done exactly the same thing that African leaderships have actually been doing, abusing the trust of their people and making their people look like the bad guys. The reason why the foreigners, the African foreigners in South Africa are flocking into South Africa is because their countries have failed. They have been failed by their leaders. They have been failed by their leaders, and the good ones were not supported. Instead of being supported, some of them found themselves becoming victims of the people that they are trying to protect, that they are trying to serve. And we need to wake up as South Africa. We are the last African country in the continent that is still standing, barely hanging, but standing nonetheless. It is up to us South Africans to save the soul of this country, to save the soul of this country from the clutches of evil politicians who have sold the soul of this nation, sold the future of our children. And we cannot claim it if that effort is going to be quoted alongside destruction and anarchy and all these evil things that they are hoping that you will do. The media is already waiting, both in the country and outside, for something terrible to happen, so that it's going to be a question of who gets the story first. I've already seen the Al Jazeera has already started what looks like a documentary. They're already making people to walk like they're running away from some major, I don't know what. The same thing that happened when some few white people went to the US to claim that there is this massive genocide and annihilation of a particular race. It is exactly the same thing that is happening, and the media is having a time of its life. South Africans, you cannot also give these ugly, greedy politicians a time of their lives by being the fall guys. We can beat evil and still be respectable about it. Now, I ask that we would not lose anyone to the setup that has been made by these failed political careerists.